Hi guys, this is Winston, the content marketing guy, and welcome to another episode of the Weekly Marketer, where I give weekly tips and advice to help you get better results for your marketing and business. Today, I want to talk about a topic that I know is, of value and of interest to marketers, and that is the best way to actually prove marketing's value to the company. Or I would even go a step further as to say the easiest and uh, you know in terms of what will get you the least resistance. And that is to tie marketing activity and helping your sales team to actually, close deals, get results. And I know there's a friction between marketing and sales, marketing things that sales is all about getting the purchase right now, getting that sale right now. And sales is thinking that marketing is a waste of time because they aren't really driving revenue for the company. They're just the flashy fluff people that make very creative brochures and website and make everything look pretty and colorful. But one of the things, and I'm speaking specifically to marketers now, that even in my marketing career as a marketer, you have to understand the environment that you're in. And you have to understand that if you want people to start actually valuing marketing, then you have to tie to things that they value. The senior leadership in the company actually value, and the things that they value are, driving sales, revenue, bottom line profit margin, saving costs. Those are the things that they value, simple dollars and cents, market share. So you can't necessarily go to them, if you want an increase in budget and you're talking about engagement metrics, you're talking about website visits. The only way website visits actually matter to someone in senior leadership is probably if you're a retail brand, you have an e-commerce platform or business model where, your sales is directly proportionate to the amount of people who actually visit your website. But outside of that, they don't really care, to be honest with you. So one of the fastest and easiest ways I found to do this is to tie marketing to sales. And there are several ways that you could actually do this. Number one is to help them attract more inbound sales leads and inquiries. So rather than them, because for sales professionals, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and even for the company, a lot of resources for them to go there and try to generate leads on their own. So if you can help them actually generate qualified leads that could actually end up in a sale or a closed deal, then that would help you to prove marketing's value to the company. Another way is by attracting higher top tier accounts or clients or customers. Meaning, if you have a product, for example, that you can price at $10 and they're willing to purchase it at $10, but because of the value or the perception that marketing helps to create around the company's brand, they can now increase that price point from $10 to $15, which means for every deal that's closed, for every customer that actually purchases, the revenue value or the sales value of that particular product, good, service that is sold actually now increases 50% from where it was from $10 to $15. Another way is to increase conversion rates, meaning that it takes less leads to actually, close deals and help sales professionals meet their quota. So let's say, for example, you have a sales rep and that sales rep has 50 meetings within a month. And typically they close 10% of those leads. So they close 5 out of the 50. If you can help them actually increase that number from, let's say, 5 to 8% or 10%, and they can actually see how marketing directly impacted that increase in conversion rates, then that's another way that marketing could actually show its value. Another way is to actually reduce the sales cycle. Now, what that means is that, let's say, for example, the typical deal within your company takes 90 days to close. If you can cut that time from 90 days to 60 days based on the impact that your marketing has, then it can actually show the value of marketing. And everything that I'm suggesting to you is not just suggesting from theory. It's based on things that I've seen work in my own career as a marketing and sales professional, where, starting out in this company was a B2B tech company. They didn't really have much of a marketing infrastructure, didn't have a content strategy before getting there. But I came in, I implemented or constructed that infrastructure, implemented content strategy, And as a result of that, we went from being, or the company went from being an unknown brand to, we had situations where we would walk into the room and people would instantly recognize us, not necessarily recognize us by our personal names or by our faces, but by the company's brand based on what we were doing in terms of putting that content out there, right? We would be in situations where we would have one prospect meeting and we would end that prospect meeting, leaving out of that meeting, and a deal that we didn't even close as yet. That person was introducing us to another potential client because the byproduct of actually executing on that is that the trust was built, the likability was built because of that content strategy. So because of that, now when it came to those sales situations, what would typically take us months to actually close a deal, if not years, that time was actually cut down to like weeks, probably like 6 to 8 weeks of the typical deal being closed. So if you can execute your marketing in a way that actually has that same impact, has that same effect, it can greatly show the value of marketing. All right, so how can you actually do this? Because I'm all about practicality, right? And actionable content. So what you can do is you can go to your sales team, go to sales reps and find out from them based on the prospects or the leads that they already have in their pipeline. Who are the people that they think can close over the next 6 months? And, be sure to clarify to them and emphasize that it's not the accounts that they would like to be closed, but, based on their interaction with this potential buyer, who do they think has the greatest possibility of closing within the next 6 months, right? And have them make a list of all of those accounts or potential customers, clients. Once you do that, then, go through each one with them in terms of that list and say, all right, account one, deal one. What are the challenges and objections that is actually keeping this account or this deal from moving forward? Account two, deal two, and you do the same thing with each one moving down the line, finding out what is the challenge, what is the barrier, what is the obstacle that's actually keeping that person from moving to the next step in the sales process. And then you craft a marketing strategy or a content strategy that addresses that particular pain point, that objection, helps them to overcome or alleviate that anxiety that they may have in terms of doubts, keeping them from actually moving forward and keeping that deal from being closed. And then once you actually do that, then you execute on that strategy, keeping a close collaborative, effort with sales. So, you put that content kind of like creating a feedback loop. You put that content out there. Sales can respond to it in terms of, all right, we realize that this content is effective in moving this prospect or this lead forward. This one is not so effective. So, you constantly is improving and iterating the process in terms of, helping to deliver more efficiently, more effective results for sales team. And it's not that marketing in terms of this is the only way you can show value, because there are a lot of other things in terms of building brand and all of that, customer retention. But what I'm saying, what I've seen in terms of the fastest and easiest way to show marketing's value is by tying it to sales activity and helping sales make more money and close more deals. All right, guys. So just keep that in mind. So that's another episode of the Weekly Marketer. Join me next week where I'll give more business tips and advice, marketing tips and advice to help you get better results for your marketing and business. Take care and all the best. Goodbye.